Hey, Steve here, Steve with Stasha.com. Stasha is actually at band rehearsal, so I'm here left to my own devices again. Oh no. We were out and about today. We were looking at things that we're going to be buying down the road, and one of them is a motorhome. We looked at them online, of course, looked at the $1 million motorhomes, and then I'm Canadian, so I scaled it down a bit. And looked at, a couple $100,000 motorhomes. And then we went to a place that sells RVs. And you know something, even the new ones, they've got a hefty price tag on them. Obviously, there's a lot of overhead that these companies have to carry and pass along to you as a price. But they had one on consignment that was half the price of their biggest one, and a little bit more than their smallest one, price-wise, but yet was huge, and it was in really, really good shape. So we're like, yeah, that's the kind of stuff we're looking at, And while we were out driving around, we were just looking at stuff, just hanging out, Stash and I. We came up to this stoplight, and there was what appeared to be a homeless man standing there with a sign on his chest, and it said something to the effect that just laid off with family, need a job, please help, that type of stuff, okay? And I thought of, how we all get caught up in, oh, I can't do this, this is really hard. And we forget that the fact that we're sitting here in front of the computer and having the ability to actually create your own wealth from your computer, and then you look at other people who are struggling, like big time struggling. I mean, you want to help the guy, but throwing him a couple dollars, is that really helping him? I mean, that might help him today, but how are you really helping him, But other people are, you think you're worse, your circumstances are bad. There's this and that going on in your life. And then you look at somebody else who is, I'm assuming, okay, that this person is truthful. I know there's a lot of scams out there, they're looking for free handouts. But let's assume for a minute that this guy was truthful, and that he actually was standing there with a sign around his neck saying, just laid off, with a family, broke, and I need a job, can you help? Put yourself in the shoes of somebody who's standing up there, and that's the true statement that they're telling everybody. What do you think that person would do to put food on the table for his family? That would put clothes on the back of his kids. That would get them Christmas. I mean, after all, what is it, like 6 weeks till Christmas or so? What do you think that gentleman would do? What would you do? How would you feel standing there in front of everybody? Everyone that drove up to that stoplight. How would that make you feel? I know what it would make me feel. I think as a family man, and I've raised children, and I did find myself in a situation where, in a new country, because I'm from Canada, as you know, and I found myself out of work, making six figures, and then all of a sudden out of work, and now I was competing for jobs with people half my age, and they were willing to accept half the salary of what the actual job was worth. And, things could have been worse for me. I know people that are still out of work that are in my industry. We're talking 10 years now. So, yeah, I put myself in his shoes, and I thought, I would do anything legal to ensure that my family is safe, to ensure that they have food on the table, to ensure that they had a Christmas, because that's my job as a man, as the breadwinner in the family, as they say, as the stereotypical man of the household, right? That's what you're supposed to do. But he's an indication and a sign of our society and how it just really doesn't give a shit about you in the working world. Sorry I used the S word, but that's really the only way I can really describe it and make it, emphasize that, because they don't. and that gentleman standing there with a sign around his neck saying, I need help. I've just been laid off and I have a family to support. Can you help me? And then I see people here that are struggling with internet marketing, and they're going, "Oh, it's too hard." And I don't like rejection. Nobody likes rejection. That's it's human nature. We don't like rejection. We like being patted on the back. We like people using our name when they speak to us. They like people to treat you with the respect that you treat them. And yet, there's a lot of us that stumble around and go, well, this is too hard. I can't do this. Put yourself in the shoes of that guy. What do you think he would do? So that's what I was thinking about all day today, and I'd like you to think about that, because this isn't hard. This isn't hard. It's called persistence. Another word for persistence in my vocabulary is faith. You can go and relate that to religion, and that's okay. I'm not speaking religion. I'm speaking faith as another word for persistence, because you're going on faith that you will make it. You're changing the way that you're thinking. You're moving away from the lack mentality. You're disassociating yourself with people that steal your energy, that bring you down with their negative thoughts. And you get caught up in that negativity, and you go, yeah, I'm pissed off too, and I'm just not going to do anything about it. I'm just going to complain about it the rest of my life. And you pull yourself out of all that, because you know that there's no real recourse. There's no real. Where I had something listed. Here. I was reading this. And this is profound to me. You're either A, attracting wealth, or B, pushing wealth away. There is no option C. So that's it. It's all about your subconscious mind. It's all about how you sabotage your future because you feel at some degree that you don't deserve the success. Hell, look at me. I've come from, I was married for 25 years, 27 years actually. Separated for 2 years. And I have to tell you, those were the worst 2 years, because you started, I was alone, and you start questioning, am I doing the right thing? Is this right? Should I go back to a marriage where I was unhappy? Or should I, I'd rather be miserable on my own than miserable in a marriage. But you miss that relationship. So you sabotage your own success in family and love and everything by just the way that you think about yourself. And I'm the kind of person who, for the long time, there was a lot of self-doubt, a lot of, how can I do this? Who am I to expect to be wealthy? What do I lack that other people who are wealthy have? And I realized that I don't lack anything. It's just what I've been, my subconscious, what I've been feeding it. And that's what you have to rise above that negativity. I know I've rambled on for 9 minutes now. I'm going to cut this short, but I want to talk about this again because there's a lot here that I hope I can help somebody with who's struggling in network marketing, who's struggling with their primary business. And I just hope, whatever I can do to help that person get over that hump, that's what I'm here for. So this is Steve from stevenstasha.com. Remember, have fun, make friends, and get wealthy. And I know I was pretty serious today, but it really got me thinking with that gentleman on the street. So, how far would you go? You have a good day. Bye bye.